Greetings, YouTube. Happy Tuesday. You know, after last night's video where I tried to analyze and get pumped for next week's new event, as well as, of course, the super hyped seasonal calendar, where you take multiple months, 3 in fact, of logging in straight for epic rewards, including, of course, that oh-so-juicy 5-star Awakening Gem Crystal. But I had some people message me who were most excited because the phrase Gwenpool goes to the movies was in the original post. And if you join the game after Gwenpool goes to the movies, or maybe if you've forgotten, that is and will forever be, in my mind, the unofficial compensation from Kabam from all of the summer of 2018's issues. If you weren't playing the game back then, be thankful. Because at least if you were normally playing it on like an iPad or an iPhone, some of the worst overheating of devices maybe in any mobile game ever occurred last summer. It was to the point where I was getting messages daily from people who were bringing in their phones to, say, the Verizon store, and the store was saying, "We checked out your phone, and this app is destroying your phone." I even had a couple people claim to me that it literally overheated their phone to the point of destroying the battery. And so the game was causing damage, literal, real damage to devices. Kabam didn't really announce a formal compensation package issue. They kind of dragged their feet for a while. And then suddenly out of nowhere, we got this Gwenpool Goes to the Movies event, which was so easy that you could auto-fight through most of the hardest, epic, quote-unquote, difficulty fights with your rank 5 4 stars. And then on top of that, we got these insane rewards, including a featured 5-star crystal, which at that point was the best chance I was going to have to land Stark Spidey. Spoiler alert, didn't get him, but I did get my first 5-star Killmonger out of it, which I was very thankful for. So because of this, you have people like the quote in the middle who are super pumped, who message me and are putting on the forums and even directly message Kabam Mike. I think I'm most excited about this news. I loved the Gwenpool Goes to the Movies event. I got second and third 5-star champs from the event. Well, Kabam Mike was quick to dampen expectations because his feedback was, shall we say, disappointing. The rewards aren't the same, but the quest format is. I gotta be honest, I forgot that champion requirements were even a thing in that event, because since you could auto-fight, it really didn't matter. All right, who do you want me to bring in? Fine, I'll bring him in. We'll get him down. But if they have made this how I thought it was going to be, where you're having to bring in certain champions, which really screws over the middle class of MCOC, the people who don't have a bunch of rank 4 5-star champions, or if it's going to mean that you're going to have to bring in your 4 stars, for example, and the PI of the enemies is between, 12 to 17,000, or maybe even like 20 to 27,000, that's going to suck. So what he's trying to say is the difficulty could get worse, and at the same time, the rewards could also get worse. Now, fair warning, maybe it's a smokescreen, right? Remember when people were asking about the Christmas Eve calendar and that huge question mark, and then it turned out to be like the biggest letdown ever, to the point that people are flooding Kabam servers with complaints and they crashed them on Christmas Eve. And somebody had responded, well, I know you all got such and such item last year, but that's last year, this is this year. And it sounded really kind of condescending, but then it turns out that they were just giving us a smokescreen for a Christmas gift that, for people who were uncollected, included a 5-star Awakening Gem Crystal, the same item that everybody is so excited about at the end of the 3-month calendar. So maybe when he says the rewards aren't the same, maybe that means they're better, Maybe that means there's going to be some 6-star shards and maybe a Tier 2 Alpha Catalyst or 2. I don't know. But what I do know is that I read this as, don't expect to get the mind-blowing rewards that you got in Gwenpool at the movies. And the funny thing is, whenever Kabam does this thing where they put a exclamation mark at the end of sentences, it's usually like the most out-of-touch thing possible, because to them it's supposed to be exciting, but to the player base it's just annoying, and to certain players who don't have a million plus roster rating, it's literally paralyzing unless you use items and potions and revives and units. And I get that that's what they want to happen because that's how they make money, and they are a for-profit company. But when you're using that exclamation mark and you're saying the rewards aren't the same, but the quest format is, like, no one's going to be like, oh, champion requirements, heck yes. Now I'm even more pumped. Who cares if a 5-star feature crystal isn't there? I can bring in Ant-Man. Like, that's just not how people talk, right? That's just not what the community feels like. So let's dampen the expectations, unfortunately, of this being Gwenpool Goes to the Movies 2.0 until it actually happens. And I'll be the first to say I am so thankful that this was a smokescreen, kind of like Christmas Day's rewards, if the rewards end up being even better. But I can promise you, we're not going to get to auto-fight our way through Epic this time. I don't expect champions to be like 2,500 rated overall. I think it's safe to say that's not going to happen ever again. But hopefully it will be a fair and not a cash grab or credit card node filled quest with rewards that justify the difficulty. I think if Kabam Mike really wanted to get people excited, he could have said the quest format is the same, but the rewards in some ways are going to be even better, right? Like, this is the time to get the community super hyped, but just typing that message in. But since he didn't do that, it leads me to assume out of, I don't know, anxiety or fear, or I have major trust issues in my life because every time I start to give Kabam credit, they do something like so shady that it kind of just blows my mind. But this could also be interpreted as, yeah, Gwenpool at the movies, it was kind of a gift to the community, and we've got this Summoner Appreciation 3-month thing that we're going to kind of do in place of it, so this will still have some decent rewards, but they're not going to be 5-star featured crystal level rewards. We'll see, but just dampen that expectation, because the worst thing that can happen is for everybody to be so excited, and then they see it, and it's just a huge letdown. And we've seen that before in past quests, so trying to learn from the past to correct the present emotionally, if you will. Either way, are you still really excited? Do you think this is going to live up to Gwenpool Goes to the Movies, or do you read this kind of the same way I do, which is, oh, he's trying to dampen expectations so people aren't disappointed when the event actually comes out? Comment below, let me know. And as always, thank you for watching and supporting my Marvel Contest of Champions YouTube channel.